Hello YouTube, I'm Marty Punker. This is my Marvel Snap YouTube channel. Before I go any further, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave a comment down below once I'm done of what deck you're excited to play in the upcoming format. So series 4 and 5 are coming out early this week, and I just wanted to go over my top 5 decks that I'm looking forward to playing eventually when I get the cards to build them. So without any further ado, here are those lists. First deck I want to talk about is built around SheHulk. SheHulk costs 6 energy and comes with 10 power. She also costs 1 less for each unspent energy in the previous turn. Because we're going to have unspent energy, we're pairing her with Sunspot. Sunspot will soak up our unspent energy and grow. We're going to use a couple of ramp pieces to help get her out with other cards alongside her. We can use SheHulk in the early turns, such as turn 3, so we can play her on turn 4. We can use Wave on turn 5, which will reduce her to 2 energy, and then we'll be able to play her alongside a 6-drop or another card. We can also skip a turn to play the Infinite in our deck so that we soak up energy with Sunspot. We have played SheHulk on turn 4, so we have that extra turn where we have a 10 power card in play already. Then we also have Sunspot soaking up, and then we can Infinite. We have Magic to give us some extra time. We have Sarah to help us cast more cards from the lower end of our curve. And then I figured, we should protect our Sunspot, so let's go ahead and play Armor. And I was thinking about it, and it's like, well, if we're playing Armor, we might as well play Destroyer, because Destroyer just happens to be one of the best 6-cost cards in the game, so we're playing that. And we have a little bit of disruption in Cosmo. Warpath is one of the biggest 4-drops along with Jessica Jones, so we're just playing our biggest spells as much as we can so that we can power out the most formidable board state we can imagine. The next deck I want to highlight is Shuri. So Shuri costs 4 energy, comes with 2 power, and says on reveal, double the power of the next card you play. So there are a few shells that we can run her in, but I think one of the easiest to slot her into is the Black Panther Mr. Negative deck. So Black Panther cost 5, 4 power. When he comes down, you double his power, and Shuri will then double after that as well. And we're also running Artem Zola, so we can put copies into 2 lanes and then have those double their power. Mr. Negative flips the power and the power and cost of the cards. So we'll have a 2-cost Shuri, a 4-cost Black Panther, and a 0-cost Artem Zola, which is quite the 3-card combo. And then we're just running typical Mr. Negative combo pieces such as Mystique and Iron Man. We have Magic and Sarah to make our cards super easy to cast, and SheHulk to ramp out the Mr. Negative. Angela and Bishop soak up power here and there, and Morph is just a free 3 power, well, just a free card basically. The third deck I want to highlight is one that's near and dear to my heart. I played this for quite a while until I discovered it wasn't that great, but I'm glad to revisit it. So we're going to be looking at Atuma here. 4 cost, 10 power. At the end of your turn, if there is a card in the same lane as him, he destroys himself. So, that's a sizable downside. However, there are ways to play around this. One interesting way is 0, 1 cost, 3 power. The next card you play loses all of its abilities. So Atuma would just become a 4-cost, 10 power card, which is way ahead of curve. So this is my big 0 archetype that I liked. We're just playing cards that cost a reasonable amount, come with a lot of power, but also come with a downside. So Typhoid Mary and Red Skull are the big hitters here. But we're going to be running cards like Armor and Cosmo to also benefit from Destroyer, because Destroyer, again, is just one of the most powerful 6-drops in the game, if not the most powerful 6-drop in the game. We have Wave to cheat them out. We have Taskmaster to copy their power. Enchantress is a backup 0, as well as I would consider Cosmo a backup 0. And then SheHulk helps us get to 4 early, since we have 2 big 4s that we want to ramp out. The fourth deck I want to cover is built around Helicarrier. Helicarrier is 6 cost, 10 power. When you discard this from your hand, add 3 random cards to your hand. I built the deck around Dracula essentially, and the collector is here to also gain a bunch of power. We have Swarms, we have Helicarrier, and we have Apocalypse as cards that we discard but then create more cards in our hand to make collector happy. So we now have 3 payoffs in this deck between Morbius, Collector, and Dracula. The rest of the deck is held together by discard synergies, Calling Wing, Moon Knight, Lady Sif, Swordmaster. Ghost Rider helps us bring back a card if we discarded it on accident, and Hellcow just does everything you want in a discard deck. The fifth and final deck I want to cover is based around Agent Coulson and Maria Hill. Agent Coulson costs 3, has 4 power, and says on reveal add a random 4 cost and 5 cost card to your hand. Maria Hill costs 2 for 3 power, and she adds a random 1 cost card to your hand. This is just a very classic collector Devil Dino deck. We got Moon Girl in here. We're just filling our hand, having a curve, putting big threats into play based off of that. Agent Coulson does a good job of filling the curve out. We get to steal cards with Cable. We have Mystique to copy our Devil Dinosaur. So that's the basic plan. This is something you've played in Pool 2. I think these are some good additions to the archetype. I'm excited to see them in action. So those are the 5 decks that I'm looking forward to playing with. Tell me what you think. Are there any decks you've built that you're really excited to get into? I'm excited for Series 4 and 5 in general. I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait for it to drop. Be sure to hit that like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so I can keep bringing you great content like this. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at MartyPunker. I stream live on Twitch at twitch.tv/MartyPunker, and I also have a free-to-use Discord channel with the link in the video description below. I'll catch you next time, Snappers.